Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 1. Prophecies about Babylon. A message about Babylon. And this is speaking about the daughter of Babylon, which is America. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. And a banner goes into a battle flag. And what is that battle flag that the Heavenly Father has given to his servants, the prophets, to lift up upon this top government? Because that's what mountains go into. This book, the Holy Bible. That's our banner that we're lifting up here in Babylon the Great, aka America. Because yes, the Lord's servants, his prophets, are back in their lot. And guess what they're doing? Chanting this place down just like of old. Exalt the voice unto them. And that's what we do when we go out to the highways and hedges. Shake the hand, which is an ancient custom of telling someone off. And who is that we're telling off? That their kingdom or queendom is almost up. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. That they may go into the gates of the nobles, which are the elite, the globalists, or the bankers. They have seen these video clips on the World Wide Web. That's where we upload these video clips from the Highways and Hedges lessons. Verse 3, I have commanded my sanctified ones, which is the Lord's servants, his prophets. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. And who is the Lord's mighty ones? The angels that are in the heavens, that's starting to make their way to the earth. Because that's the Heavenly Father's highness, the heavens that they rejoice in. And this is from Dibble 7. Is it a mothership? And hell no, the fathership. Because the Heavenly Father, he's a man of war. Huge artificial light detected on mystery object, which is the vehicles that these angels travel in, also known as chariots, UFOs, UAPs, flying saucers, or orbs. 3-eye Atlas defying comet theory.
This is Dabu 7. Some updated information on this mystery object heading this way. This 3-eye Atlas, as it's been dubbed. NASA said it was a comet because they observed a tail. Every other scientist and astronomer that has observed this has not found a tail. It also is giving off a light at the front of it that doesn't match any comet that they've ever observed. They say comets don't do this. They don't make a light, an artificial light, at the front. They're more symmetrical with the light spread out, and also they have a tail. Now it's far away. The closer it gets, the better they're going to be able to see this. But some of them are suggesting now that this doesn't even have a cloud around it. That it appears to be generating some kind of light from an internal source, which if that is the case, the object could be way smaller. And we're seeing the brightness of this artificial light that's emanating from it on the front end of this mystery object. Now, the course that this thing is taking is super suspect as well. You can see on the left image here, kind of the course that it's taking coming in. It's going to pass so close to Mars that if it was some kind of mothership, it could release probes or anything else to observe Mars as it's doing this flyby. It's going to hide behind the sun from Earth's perspective for most of its close approach, which is pretty crazy. Then it's going to pass by Jupiter on its way out the same way it did Mars, super close, like shaving it. They say that the odds of a natural object or rock flying along this path has now changed to less than 0.005%. And they're saying that there's no way that this thing is what NASA's saying it is, just off of observation. Because again, they said that this was a comet because they observed a tail, and there's been no tail observed thus far. Maybe that will change as it gets closer. Comets do pick up an ionized tail as they get around the sun, but Oumuamua didn't. Oumuamua, the first interstellar object that went through here that was long and cylindrical in nature, it picked up speed and took off out of here without being affected by the gravitational force of the sun. These are facts. And it looks like this thing's going to
And
struggle.
that's the vehicles of the Heavenly Father. They defy gravity, do things that regular airplanes can't do.
Right on by and not be affected by it neither. We'll see what the images show us as it gets closer, but you can see here in the shot, this is...
And that's the key word, what he said right there. As it gets closer. Closer to where? Earth. And there's a reason why these things are now starting to get closer. And let's show you the reason why. Second Esdras in the Apocrypha, chapter 6 and verse 18. And it is said, behold, which means to look, the days come. And that's the days that we're living in here in these last days. That I, the Heavenly Father, speaking to the prophet Esdras, will begin to draw nigh. So he's starting to get closer with his vehicles, the angels, inside of those UFOs or UAPs or flying saucers or orbs, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. There's so many sightings of these unidentified flying objects that they can't hide it from the public anymore. So now they're trying to control the narrative and call it defying comet theory. Yeah, okay, Esau. Or little green man from Mars, aliens. But no, we know exactly what it is. It's the Heavenly Father beginning to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, like Esdras said. Verse 19, and will begin to make inquisition, which is a investigation. That's what those angels are doing inside of those vehicles. They're watching the good and the evil that's going on here in this world right now, because they're getting ready to make a move. What they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness? Who's in the power seat right now? Who's passing all types of executive orders, tariffs, unrighteous decrees, sanctioning the nations, afflicting the Lord's people, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians? You guessed it, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, who have hurt unjustly alligator Alcatraz, throwing them off in the ocean, chained and shackled, feeding them to the sharks. And when the affliction, martial law, sending National Guard all out through America to get you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians out of here. And when the affliction of Zion, the children of Israel, shall be fulfilled. So our captivity under Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is almost fulfilled. And when the world, because this is Esau's world right now, thou shalt begin to vanish away. America is in a recession. America is collapsing. America is in an economic decline. America is turning into a third world country. America is vanishing away. Shall be finished. Then will I show these tokens, the signs. The books shall be opened before the firmament. What's in the firmament? What does Esau have out there for us to receive? The World Wide Web, the internet, or the satellites. And what are we on right now? The internet. What are we in? The books, they're open, and they shall see all together. And what do we see? Same book, 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world. We see Esau's age coming to a close, an end. Because Babylon the Great, aka America, is not forever, man. Every ancient empire that ever rose eventually fell. And Esau is known as what? The end of the world. And Jacob, the children of Israel, Zion, is the beginning of it that followeth. And that's what this represents right here. The Lord drawing nigh to get ready to usher in the kingdom of heaven. And how is Esau's world going to come to an end? That's the great question. Going back to Isaiah, the Lord said what? I have commanded my sanctified ones to open up what? The books in the firmament, which is the prophets here in Babylon the Great. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, the angels. They're now starting to visit Esau's world and make inquisition, even them that rejoice in my highness, because they come from where? The heavens. And what are they coming down here to do? Joel chapter 3 in verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, the heathen nations. Make it known. Prepare war. That's what the Lord Mighty Ones is doing right now. They work upon the different kings' minds, like Putin, like DJ Trump, like Zelensky, like Benjamin Netanyahu, preparing them for what? World War III. That's how Esau's world is going to end. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares, agriculture tool, into swords, weapons for war. Get your nuclear capability prepared. And that's what all these nations possess now. Missiles. And your pruning hooks, another agriculture tool, into spears, weapons for war. Invest all of your pretty much resources into military arsenal. Let the weak say, I am strong. Now you got weaker nations getting with the stronger nations, allying with BRICS like Big Brother Russia, North Korea. Assemble yourselves. That's what they're doing right now. That's what the angels are working on. The different kings' minds. And can we prove it? Yes, we can. Yep, Proverbs 21 and verse 1. The king's heart, which goes back to his mind, DJ Trump, Putin, Benjamin Netanyahu, Zelensky, is in the hand of the Lord. When something's in your hand, you control and manipulate it. So what is the Lord driving these different kings into? World War III. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So they're doing the will of the Heavenly Father. And what does the Lord got them gearing up for? Prepare war, like he told Joel, the prophet. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither, pay attention to this, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. So where's the angels coming down to? The earth. And can we prove that the angels are the Heavenly Father's mighty ones? Well, yes, we can. Psalm chapter 103 and verse 20. Bless the Lord, which is Yahweh, ye his angels that excel in strength. Somebody who's excel in strength, they're mighty. That's the mighty ones, the angels that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Bless ye the Lord, all ye host, his army, ye ministers of his that do his pleasure. Bless the Lord and all his works in all places of his dominion. Bless the Lord, O my soul. So that's the Lord's mighty ones that he's causing to come down to the earth. As you can clearly see, finishing it off.
It flying way out in the distance in space. What it looks like as it gets closer, hopefully we get a better bead on the shape of this thing. And with past objects, even when we tracked Elnan and Isis, One of them broke up near the sun, but the other one, it took on a V shape as it got close, and all the images are there. You can't take away the history. You can't take away what happened. It's all there, these mystery objects coming in, especially these interstellar ones, raising big questions. So,
there you go. And we got the answers for the questions. And it's not no theory. Joel chapter 3 and verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat over there in the Middle East. That's where World War III is going to kick off. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. What they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, their wickedness is great. You Edomites, Esau, which is known as the end of the world. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near. That's what he's starting to draw near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened. All the smoke from World War III, Armageddon, the last battle. And the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth shall shake from those nuclear missiles. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Showing you that salvation is not for all nations. That was a theory. That was a myth and bullshit. So call hello Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Kwam Yashala, which means rise Israel, and it's on to the next one. Shalom.